Hello students, in our last class we have completed till question number 3 of this exercise 8.2. So now we will continue with the next sum, that is number 4. In this sum, see here it is given that ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to CD. E is the midpoint of AD and EF, this total line EF is parallel to AB. We need to show here that F is the midpoint of the line BC. Now for that, EF intersect BD at the point P, we can see. Now in triangle ABD, in this triangle, EP is parallel to AB since EF is parallel to AB. Also it is given that E is the midpoint of AD. So by theorem, if a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to another side bisects the third side, therefore P can be said as the midpoint of BD. Similarly, in this triangle BCD, we have PF is parallel to CD. Why? Because this EF is parallel to AB and AB is again parallel to CD. So PF will be parallel to CD. And P is the midpoint of BD. Therefore, by the converse of midpoint theorem, we can say that F is the midpoint of BC. So F will be proved as the midpoint of BC. Okay. So now let us go to the next sum, number 5. See here, in this sum, ABCD is a parallelogram and E and F are the midpoints of AB and CD respectively. We need to show here that the line segments AF and EC trisect this diagonal BD. Trisect means divided into 3. So BQ is equal to PQ is equal to DP. So for that, now see, ABCD is a parallelogram. Therefore, AB is parallel to CD and also it is equal to CD because opposite sides of a parallelogram, which implies that AE is parallel to FC, AE is parallel to FC. And now half of AB is equal to half of DC since, see, this is the midpoint E and this is the midpoint F. So it is divided into two halves. That is why I can say that half of AB is equal to half of CD. So half of AB I can write here AE and half of DC I can write here FC. See, I have written like this. Since E and F are the midpoints of AB and CD, therefore we can consider this situation. Therefore we can say that AECF is a parallelogram. Okay. Then AF is parallel to EC, which implies EQ is parallel to AP and FP is parallel to CQ. Now from the triangle PAB, this triangle, E is the midpoint of AB and EQ is parallel to AP. Therefore, Q is the midpoint of this line BP by the converse of midpoint theorem. Okay. Now we will consider. Therefore, we will see that we can say that BQ is equal to QP. Let us consider this to be as equation number 1. Again, from the triangle DCQ, this triangle, we have F as the midpoint of DC and FP is parallel to CQ. Therefore, P is the midpoint of DQ by the converse of midpoint theorem. P is the midpoint, so we can say that QP is equal to DP. Keep this one as equation number 2. So from 1 and 2 we get that BQ is equal to QP is equal to PD. So it is divided into 3. Therefore I can say that CE and AF trisect this diagonal BD. Okay, trisect the diagonal. Okay, so next let us go to number 6. Now, in this question, again, see, it is given that ABCD is a quadrilateral and PQRS are the midpoints of AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. Since P is the midpoint, so AP will be equal to PQ. Q is the midpoint, so BQ is equal to CQ. R is the midpoint, CR is equal to DR. And S is the midpoint, so DS is equal to AS. Here we need to show that PR and SQ bisect each other. That means SO is equal to OQ, OP is equal to OR. These things we need to show. Now for that, let us consider the triangle ADC. Now in this triangle, S and R are the midpoints of AD and CD respectively. Now we know that the line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, this is one side and this is other side of the triangle, is parallel to the third side and half of it. Therefore, SR will be parallel to AC and also it will be half of AC by midpoint theorem. So keep this as equation number 1. Next, from another triangle ABC. Now we consider the triangle ABC. In this triangle, P and Q are the midpoints of AB and BC respectively. Therefore, PQ is parallel to AC and also it is half of AC. So keep this one as equation number 2. Now from 1 and 2, we can say that PQ is parallel to SR and also PQ is equal to SR, which is equal to half of AC. Since PQ and SR both are equal to half of AC, so we can say that PQ is equal to SR. So the quadrilateral PQRS now can be considered as the parallelogram whose diagonals are SQ and PR. So we know that diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So SQ and PR will bisect each other. That means SO will be equal to OQ and OP will be equal to OR. Okay. So till now we have completed 3 sums. Now we'll go to the last sum, that is number 7. Okay. Now see the diagram of number 7 and see the given. Here the given is ABC is a triangle where C is 90 degree. It is right angle, that's C. And M is the midpoint of AB. Also it is given that DM is parallel to BC. Here we need to show that D is the midpoint of AC, MD is perpendicular to AC and CM is equal to AM is equal to half of AB. So now for this, in the triangle ABC, this triangle, BC is parallel to MD and M is the midpoint of AB. Therefore, D is also the midpoint of AC by the converse of midpoint theorem. So the first one is done, that D is the midpoint of AC. Now for the second proof, see here MD is parallel to BC and CD is the transversal. MD is parallel to BC and CD is the transversal. Therefore, ADM, this angle, is equal to ACB, corresponding angles. But we know that ACB is equal to 90 degree. This angle is 90 degree. Therefore, ADM will be also 90 degree because they are equal angles, corresponding angles. Okay. Therefore, I can say that MD is perpendicular to AC since it is 90 degree. Okay. So for the third proof, let us consider the two triangles ADM and CDM. Now see here, in these two triangles, DM is common. AD is equal to DC because D is the midpoint. And ADM, this angle, is equal to CDM, this angle, 90 degree each. Therefore, I can say that these two triangles are congruent to each other by SAS congruency. Now, if these two triangles are congruent, then we can say that CM is equal to AM by CPCT. Keep this one as equation number 1. Also, it is given that M is the midpoint of AB. Therefore, AM is equal to BM, which is equal to half of AB. Keep this one as equation number 2. So from 1 and 2, I can say that CM is equal to AM, which is equal to half of AB. We need to prove this, that CM is equal to AM is equal to half of AB. So with this sum, we come to the end of this chapter, quadrilaterals. You all go through the video properly and also copy the sums from the pictures that are uploaded in your classwork copy. Okay. Thank you for this.